All right, here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Intermissions. I'm sitting next to someone pretty special here at Chiawana High School. Tell us who you are.
John Cazier. I'm the athletic director. I don't know that I agree with special, but thanks, Coach.
Hey man, special in a good way. You're the boss of bosses. So I have to be on good behavior right now.
Let's make sure you get this right.
Oh, well, hey, tell us how long you've been the AD here at Chiawana.
So I missed the very first year before the seniors came. I came in the year we had seniors, so that would have been 2010-11. I think we opened up 2009-10. I hope I'm getting those years right. But this is my 15th year.
15th year.
It's 15.
Wow, that's awesome. You've seen a lot of athletes come and go then.
Yeah, quite a few.
That's pretty neat. So what made you want to jump into this role and put yourself out there as an AD?
I never, before I jumped in, thought it was one of those things that I aspired to. It just happened. The job came open, and I had some interest because I had some connections from coaching at Pasco High School years ago. I was there for 8 years and coached football, basketball, and baseball, and so I had some pretty good connections with the coaches that moved from Pasco High to Chiawana.
Mm-hmm.
And those relationships, that was something I missed because I had moved into the administrative side of things, and I was an assistant principal here at the middle school. And this job came open, and some people made some comments about it and asked me about it, and so I came and sat with the principal, who was then Mrs. Cazier, and had some conversations about what the job looked like and what her expectations would be, and it just happened.
That's awesome.
They just pulled me in. I didn't even apply for it. They
Oh,
just
really?
said, you want the job? It's yours if you want it. And so that's kind of interesting, right?
Yeah.
I was reassigned from my middle school assistant principal to the athletic director job.
Well, that's a compliment, man, to be wanted like that. They saw something in you, and obviously they were right because you've been killing it for 15 years.
I appreciate that. It's worked out good.
Let's back up though. You mentioned your coaching days. Let's talk about that. What got you into coaching?
That's funny you ask, because early in my college career I was chasing the money, and at one point I was a pre-law student, and then I went into physical therapy. I did some psychology stuff as well, but then I ultimately made the decision I'm gonna go into teaching, and that was I got immediate confirmation that that's what I needed to do. And I had some really special coaches in high school that influenced my life, and anybody that's still coaching, I think we can all draw upon a coach or a small group of coaches that influenced our lives, that kind of created that seed that wanted us to do the same thing, right? Teaching and coaching. And it was, certain for me, some people that had some, a guy like Kevin Peterson, who was an influence to me. He's on my Mount Rushmore. John Morgan was a good one for me in football. My baseball coach, Dave Pierce, he was one that I had a great experience with. And you go through these coaches and you recognize the ability to make a difference in people, and the love of the sports you do, and what athletics do for young developing minds and bodies, and you just feel like you can make a difference, right? That was it. Just able to make a difference and enjoy what the athletic world brings.
So baseball, basketball, football, what was your favorite to coach and why?
Yeah, football was my favorite. I like the intensity of it. I like the strategy involved with it as well. I like the diversity of kinds of kids that play football.
Yeah. And winning state's pretty nice too,
and
right?
we were really good over that period of time, and that made it nice as well. I probably had more baseball knowledge coming out of college because I played college baseball. But my love football, high school football, was the funnest thing I ever did in high school, and so that probably just the love of the game. Yeah,
that's awesome. Go back to Coach Ped, because I was able to be coached by him as well, and man, he was a special man. And my favorite quote of his, he was the man of quotes, right?
Yeah.
Was, what do you want, eggs in your Pepsi?
Eggs in your it used to be eggs in your beer.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think someone said something to him, because when I was in middle school with Pet, it was eggs in your beer.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I think it shifted. Maybe word got back.
And
to,
AD
hey,
got in his ear, right?
That. You can't say that to 12-year-old kids.
That's the
right?
AD.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
He
man.
has many of those petisms, they call them.
Petisms, yeah. And everyone was barking spiders when he would let one loose in practice.
Barking spiders.
Oh, I love that guy. All right.
You ain't Willie Mays. That was another one. Right? you caught an underhand catch like this. The first thing, you ain't Willie Mays.
Oh, gosh.
Kevin Peterson.
His energy was contagious as a coach.
Authenticity, too.
Yeah.
He was true to himself the way he coached, was true to who he was. Energy, like you said. Yeah, anybody, I mean, shoot, he's a guy that has influenced a lot of people. Never been a head coach, right? But made such an impact as an assistant coach to a lot of people. And a great teacher too. He changed, impacted a lot of kids in the classroom.
For sure.
He's still around playing golf every day, you know, being a grandpa.
Yeah, he got a son in the building.
Yeah. Great people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hey, let's fast forward back to being an AD. You are a man of values. And that's one of my favorite things about being a part of the programs that you're helping build is you are value first, and you put it on us as programs to make sure our values are driving us. And where did that come from?
My first year or two, I was just trying to survive and manage. I was young, and a lot of veteran coaches, and how do I make a difference? How do I impact people? I went to a training with Brian Kane, actually, and I spent 3 or 4 days with him.
Man,
and it was like a one-on-one level. And the thing that stuck with me was the idea of core values and implementing values, right? And it all made sense, because what I was struggling to grasp was what ultimately is our purpose in high school athletics. Well, our ultimate purpose is to educate young people and give them the tools necessary to be great citizens and people from here on out, right? So a lot of times we get caught up on management issues and on wins and losses, really stuff that I'm going to say it matters, right? Wins and losses certainly matter in high school athletics. But what really matters is what difference we're able to make. And so what I tried to do, and what has seemed to have worked, is we're going to focus on values, and whatever those values are, and they differ from baseball to softball to football to volleyball. I wanted coaches and kids to pick what their values were, because there's no bad values, right? So you identify those values, but my expectation is we're going to live those values. And if that's who we say we are, then that's what we're going to be. And so the only judgment I'm going to make is, what are your values, and are you living those values, right? At the end of the day, we might be 2-18. Well, that might be a source of the talent that we currently have, or other factors, injuries or whatnot. But what can't be lost is the fact that 2-18 team has 15 baseball players just like that 18-2 team, and we have a responsibility to do our best to impact those kids beyond Chiawana High School. Right? And regardless of wins and losses, our impact can be substantial if we focus on those values that teach and create lifelong quality people.
That's good.